Hey everyone, this is Erasmus and Zegma with SoCal GG on another series of episodes for the Summer Smackdown Tournament 2024. And yeah, so we're going to kick it off, and it should get more and more interesting as these turns go on. As far as I know, the tournament is maybe still going to this day. So
It is still going, but it sounds like there was a failed rush at some point, and now there's something else happening. We don't quite know. We'll see when we get there, but it's still going on.
yeah, a lot of drama, but not like bad, yucky drama, like people trying to end the game drama. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and dig right in.
All right. Starting off, there's a pretty funny message from Agartha, so I think we should read that one.
Ooh. Winning is no longer the goal.
Surface was a mistake. I mean, after that last turn, I guess we should refresh everybody. Yeah, Agartha just got elfed by like 3 or 4 different elves at the same time, so it's not a pretty sight.
Yeah, I was thinking they're pretty much dead. All right, we got just a small bean has claimed a silver throne.
All right. We start looking. Okay, that
Yeah.
first Yomi, it's just Dione expansion, nothing special there. Gold Mountains, same deal. Bonelands is Pangia doing some basic raiding against Calem, cleaning up those final Calem lands that we've been talking about. The next one, Arco versus FOMO, is same deal, some basic raiding with the Windriders. Titan Steps, FOMO raiding back onto Arco with, it looks like they're just raiding each other with various kinds of cavalry, some flying, some not. Mapito Cliffs, same thing, more Windrider raiding. So they're just, Arco and Fomori are just trading back raiding right now, but not committing anything huge. Tepes is a throne ping. We can take a look at that, just sages and lore masters.
Okay.
Hysteria, you just click on it. It's just single lord raiding against Agartha, which, yeah, we saw a lot of that last turn. You know what? I'm curious. What script is he running for that? I'm going to take a look real fast. I'm curious where he is in his research. Anything fancy? We got a blessing, a displaced body, bark skin, and that's it. Okay, yeah, that'll eat through most low PDs, but it'll lose against some bigger stacks. But I guess that's still fair. I was just curious where he was research wise.
Yeah, that didn't really.
Is this turn 19? I think.
Yep.
Trouble Bog is some raiding. Hanam fighting Arco. Is that new? I'm losing track now of who's fighting who. I had to pull up my notes.
I think that's when Hanam started pulling in to start vulturing because they backed off TNN and then saw some exchanges going on nearby.
Got it. Okay. Spires of Ascension. Oh, hey, look. Agartha successfully raiding back. Obsidian Waste, just expanding into bone tribes, which can be difficult, but Tuatha warriors with that glamour has been trade pretty well against even the berserkers, but otherwise they can be pretty nasty. New Spring, more raiding. Narajago, more Diana expansion. How is Yomi still expanding on turn 19? I wonder if that was an event to Barbarian. Actually, it's not, because it doesn't have the flag. It has just the gray image.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess remaining things are filling in right now.
Go back to the messages. There's a battle on Arco from Femoria against Arco, but it is just against PD. But it is he's sitting on the Arco cap.
Oh, okay. Sitting on it.
So 4 druids, 2 unmarked champions, and 56 unmarked. That's not a small amount of sacreds. Do you remember what the FOMO bless is? Do you want to check it real fast?
I think it was a repel bless.
An attack? Yeah, but that's what I thought, yeah. Probably with some shock resistance.
Okay, what about behemoths? Are we good to peek at that?
Let me take a look. Behemoth's Rest. Yep, just more raiding from TNN towards Agartha. Chiliad, more raiding as well. A lot of raiding this fight. Farron Mountains, more raiding. Femoria taking
Yeah,
quite
just
a
to
few
put it in
hits there.
perspective for people who are not used to kind of higher intensity games, the rating phase is massive. So we're going to see tons of small exchanges back and forth everywhere. And if you can't really counter raid, obviously you can't really maintain anything in this kind of format.
Yeah, it gets to the point where on any given turn, you're flipping back and forth like 5, 6, 7 provinces. So no one turn, as long as you haven't lost anything, is a loss. It can be very demoralizing if you're new to the game and you just lose 5 or 6 provinces on the first turn of a war. But in reality, that happens like every turn for the entire war until somebody wins a big fight.
Yep, and a lot of first turns even open up like with 12 to 20 provinces getting attacked.
Later on, yeah, but not at this point. Not at turn 19.
True.
The whole is just more indie expansion, and that's it. There was nothing super notable, so let's just take a look at the map and see what's going on. I want to look at Calum because Calum seems to just be gobbled up. Is there any Calum left?
I'm having a hard time finding them. Oh, there they are. Wait, yeah, so their fort's still up.
Fort's still up. The fort is not broken yet because you click on the fort, it's not red. I think it should be red for us, even though we're watching as a third party.
Yeah, that's really not good.
I don't see Calum have any lands left. If you look at the provinces, yeah, if you look at the province chart, Calum is at the floor.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. Where was Salem's downfall? It was like right around here. But you look at this dramatic drop in Salem and how steep that is, and the small bump on Pan is heavily indicating that other people are getting the benefit of this war.
Yeah, it's not all going. A lot of people are vulturing onto it. Well, because Pan went straight for the cap, and then didn't go on to the cap circle of Calum at the beginning. And then people started encroaching on that. So it's been less of a win for Pan and more everybody. But if Pan gets the cap, it's worth 5 or 6 lands worth of gold and gem income.
True, but look at Helheim up there, and look at the inversion of Salem's graph.
Yeah. But I think Helheim's came from. Are they celebrating Agartha as well? Yeah, from Agartha, I think mostly. You see that turn Agartha dropped like 10? It's the exact same turn Helheim went up. I think a lot of that was from Agartha.
Swooping up a lot of extra lands there for free.
But if you look at the Arco and FOMO graph there, they're rating each other. Yeah, you can see a couple turns ago, FOMO rated Arco pretty hard, jumped up, and then now it's reversed itself. So this is what I mean by it'll bounce back and forth a lot. They're both nations that can raid. Although Arco can raid heavier than FOMO with all the winged birdies. FOMO's no slouch in it with all those unmarked, and even just the marked ones are pretty good against PD.
All right, let's keep looking around here just to get a lay of the land before we do all these freaking turns.
I like how there's still 40 cavemen next to Calum. Let's see, there's still one throne that still has indies on it. I think that's the only one left on 191. Have all your thrones been at least accounted for?
We got 200. A Bach to.
Okay, so it's 2 thrones still that have not been accounted for. And 197, never mind, 3 thrones. So there's still quite a few thrones up for grabs.
195. Zaboria.
95. I spoke too soon. A lot of thrones are still indie controlled.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to look at the FOMO Arco border because that's a lot of. Yeah, where are you? That's Helheim. Where are you? There you are. Oh yeah, but if you look at Arco, he's raiding all the way into FOMO's lands, like all over the place.
Yeah, that's gonna be a mess. I know what he's doing right now. Typically, if you have flyers, you like to try and hit far back because they're not going to. Oftentimes, people won't counter raid or PD drop in the back of their lines. So
yeah,
it'll work for a
you
little,
can't.
but we'll see, because FOMO might just be able to cloud trap counter raid, which is going to shut this down pretty hard.
Let me check the research. What do they have? No, FOMO's research is pretty far behind.
Ooh, yeah, never mind. Look at Salem.
Yeah, Salem's got the spells. I mean, they were doing the Eagle King expansion. That makes sense. They went hard into that.
Yeah, but they're still going, and they have one province.
All the mages are there, I guess.
Yeah, there must be quite
To
a
be
bit.
fair, I have definitely lost games before on trying to take Calem out on their cap too early, where they were able to rush out air elementals, and I didn't have enough time to get any kind of counters to it, and I just couldn't break it. I mean, I didn't win the fight. They didn't win the fight, but we both lost the fight for my attempt.
Mannheim's looking pretty good. Yomi's looking pretty dang nice.
Yeah, see, so here's the thing. If you look at Arco's cap, the problem with that back rating that Arco's doing is that FOMO's sitting on their cap. And that's the trade-off that you have to do. Like, just accept the backline losses and go straight for their capital. So Arco needs to deal with that. It's not a small force. Although, it was only like 4 mages on Arco's cap? That's not that many. Yeah, it's 4 druids and then a bunch of sacreds.
All right, shall we hop to the next one?
I think so.
Russ is looking tiny.
All right, let's see what we got. A message for Femorio.
All right.
Okay, so that was a new fight that I was wondering about.
Oh, okay. So it looks like a nap break.
Oh.
But that's with Necro Mage is running Hanam, right?
I thought Necro Mage was running Yomi. No,
No,
I
that's
remember now.
Holiday. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's running Hanam, and then him nap breaking or breaking early isn't really a surprise.
The whole story's phenomenal. Yeah, that ref fight stack is not super huge. I think it was like 25 of them, and Femoria has enough half giants and giants to be able to fight that, at least enough damage to hit him.
He's mentioning down here that he proactively did not really counter raid, so it makes sense that he got kind of hit there.
Yeah. Get it. Control your cap so you can still keep your cap crewman up. Windsong Forest.
Hey, look at Yomi's
Real Hawk tool. Yeah. The Great Hawk.
It's pretty great.
All right, Windsong Forest, more rating. Emian, more rating. Chiliad, more rating. It's just Arco FOMO going back and forth. So we met. It'll just be a lot of this. Cassian Forest, rating. Jira, more rating. Terrace Peak. Oh, hey, it was the Cave Knights I talked about last turn. They're dead now. Poison Plains, more basic rating. Umbra, Agartha, mercenary rating.
Spearman.
King's Tomb, Desert, more simple rating. No one's committing anything huge yet. Paelea was Vanheim doing, I don't know, probably nothing intentional there.
Just a ping, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Tenera, more basic rating. Neefel, more rating. Typhilia, more rating. But the Shikomi's out.
Ooh, all right, here they come. Wait,
Oh,
wait, Yomi's attacking Arco?
looks like it.
Ooh,
I
okay.
think that's new, right?
Yeah, that's new. Let's take a.
I need to pull up the player list because after this little break, I can't remember who anybody was.
Arco is Slary and Yomi is Holiday.
Yeah, so we got maps on Helheim, Galen and Agartha, Necro Mage on Hinnom, you were right. Starcrest on Calum, Talognage on Fomoria, Memoria on Pangia, Holiday on Yomi. That's who was on Yomi. Holiday. The Grand Wombat on Russ, Slurcy on Arco, and Siligron on Vanheim. And at the time, it was still for what playing TNN?
Let's see. What else? Okay, what do we got after Typhalia?
Gold Mountains, more rating. Midge Fans, more rating. Ammermark, still more rating, but a lot more Shikomis.
Wait. This is.
So they're also hitting Hinnom? Is Yomi
Yeah,
just
that's
hitting
hitting
everyone?
maybe there's some like friendly fire and confusion going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a double hit. It's not they both hit the same land.
Oh wait,
But Yomi
yeah.
was fighting no one as of last turn, right? They were like, surprisingly like unpresent in any fight. So I guess they're just saying fuck it to everybody.
Wow, so Yomi's making two simultaneous moves here.
And then Midge Fens is a funny Swamp Drake fighting a Windlord, and they both died.
Okay, so that's interesting. It's not very common that people open up a war on two fronts like that as starters. I'm wondering. I think FOMO maybe made a deal with Yomi. Like, hey, go hit Hanam and go hit Arco. I'm tearing them up or something.
Okay, well, Yomi hit Hinnom in Anarmark in 140.
Yeah, and look what it's bordering. It's like there might be a big ass fight.
And where is the Arco one? The Arco was in Gold Mountains?
Right here.
It was in
Typhalia.
Typhalia. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I think that's just Yomi vulturing Arco. I get the feeling that FOMO didn't talk to Yomi at all about that. It was just Yomi seeing Arco's cap sitting on and going like, okay, free lands.
Oh, thinking the war is already over. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my guess there.
Well, this is going to be a fight versus Hanan, though. We got stuff stacked up here, and I think it's going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah, the Anarmark with all the Shikome there next to all of the Rephites. Yeah.
And we're really close to Hanam itself, the capital. So I don't think they're going to do too hot against these guys.
Ooh, look right behind Adamark in 139. There's another 110, and there's all Shikomi. So yeah, Yomi's going to roll in with 200 Shikomis on this.
Yeah.
And what was the Yomi plus? Let's take a look.
I think it was something nasty.
It was Unholy. Oh yeah, Unholy, Fortitude Regeneration, Hard Skin, and Shock Resistance.
Ooh.
That's gonna smack.
Yeah, we'll see how that does. What? I need to check.
So the Rephites are gonna melt under the Unholy.
We've got Blur,
and a shield, which just makes their defense even worse.
For Hanan.
Say again?
We have Blood Surge, larger, and Blur.
Yeah, larger is going to reduce their defense. The Blood Surge helps when they get a kill, but yeah, their fights. I'm going to keep saying that differently. Are wearing a shield, so against Unholy, their actual defense is 14. And what's the Shikomi attack? Let's see.
Really high after Berserk.
It's base 13, but yeah, Berserk 4, so 17 plus whatever else their bless has. I forgot what it was. Nothing bonus, but 17. So it's going to be 17 versus the 14 of the Rephites. Yeah, with Unholy, that's going to absolutely trash them.
Well, this is going to be a fun fight. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Before that, I want to look at Agartha because he was doing a lot of counter raiding. It looks like Agartha has taken back a good chunk of his lands underground, which is a good sign.
Oh, look. Yeah, the cavalry arrived in the Red Mine.
Yep. So I think they're all moving back into recover.
Our cap.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be a good fight. Check out Maldiv.
Yeah. A lot of ohms. See if they can do it.
I think I think those elves are gonna get demolished by Ulm.
Ulms required that critical mass, so let's see if they have enough.
They've got
There's
36.
36. And 20 earth elementals, which will be able to trample the elves.
Yeah, I think they're gonna roll the Valheim stack there if they fight.
Let's find out. All right. New message from FOMO.
Counter raid time.
Time to counter raid. Oh, the real Hawk Tua has claimed the Outer Throne from last turn. Okay, let's take a look. Shadowland was a Call of the Winds that failed.
Oh wait, though this is Russ.
Yeah, was Russ in any fights last turn? No, they weren't.
No, them and Helheim fought over the remnants of Salem, and now it looks like since this is a magic phase attack, they know what they're attacking, so they are directly attacking Helheim.
Yeah, I know. And Berta, same thing, another Call of the Winds, and it failed against like a significant PD there.
Caw!
Deep Forest, same thing. Ooh, is it 10 air gems per Call of the Winds? I forget.
Oh my god, why? Okay, I've got to call out Russ a little bit here. You know, the PD for Helheim has a Vanhurst every single time. It's going to be bad.
Yeah, but is it 10 air gems? I forget right now.
8, I think.
8? Okay. But that's still 8, 16, 24 air gems right there. Yeah, the Vanhursts are gonna obliterate those Blackhawks.
Yeah, so it's really not an ideal nation to send Hawks at.
It's a good thing to bring up that some nations have incredible PD1 like this, an air glamour mage and a sacred.
It's
with glamour,
obscene. It's seriously ridiculous. The fact you pay nothing, like literally nothing, for a 220 gold mage that can carry a bless, I think it's complete bullshit. Anyways, I won't rant.
Yeah. Jira, basic Windlord rating. Emain, small scuffle between some FOMO stuff and mercs that Arco bought. Ogden mercs. It looks like a Thunder Priest rating with skin shifters. Yeah. I wonder if it's probably just blasting.
I wanna take
Like,
a little
against
peek
the
at it.
Vanhurst, you have to bring something that can do something.
I'm taking a peek. Gonna do some mist form over here, maybe.
Yeah, this is a brutal bless that Russ has. Attack, shock resistance, fire resistance, blood surge, and righteous wrath. Definitely getting ready for the later games. Air spells.
He's barely casting anything. Never mind. Off script.
And lightning bolt. Just
advance.
Just hit the guard.
Huh? Wasn't very many buffs on him, but okay.
Yeah, I forget the name right now because there's so many of them. What's the air spell that just summons lightning bolts all over the place?
Wrathful.
That's Wrathful, yeah. Okay, Wyndham. This is a small fight, but Yomi wins it pretty handedly. Shikomi's versus a couple Windriders, but there's no one there to bless the Windriders anyways. But that seems like a forgotten Windrider.
All right, so vulturing confirmed.
Yeah, absolutely. Perry, same thing, more rating.
He's still catching some of these provinces.
Yeah. Let's watch Gold Mountains. It's a very small sacred rating versus sacred rating. Let's see. Arco is attack skill, fire resistance, defense skill, strength, and blood surge. And then we said that the FOMO bless is a repel bless, right? With some shields. Yeah, 5 attack, 15 SR, and blood surge.
Ooh, that mage wrecked him. Oh, he's getting close.
Shockwave.
Look at air mage.
Yeah, with for context, people may not know. Mages don't like to cast Shockwave if it hits allies. However, if enemies are right next to it, it mostly says, I don't care, die. Especially if its allies have 15 shock resistance, they just happily spam that on anything that gets nearby.
Yeah, that was solid. Cool stuff.
The halls, just Agartha moving its giant stack around. A Windsong Forest, same thing. A Fimoria stack moving over, more counter rating. Or maybe that's just rating. I'm not sure who owned Windsong Forest.
Just looking at this turn, look at all those FOMO flags on the offense. I think this is going to turn really hard now.
Yeah. Russ versus Helheim in Deep Forest. It's Sacreds versus Herdman, so the Sacreds win. Oh no, wait they didn't. I just realized that. The Herdman Glamour.
Let's see what happened here. Oh, HP.
Oh, HP route, and there was also no one to bless.
Wait, these are unblessed bears.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's no priest to bless them.
Oh, is this one of those lazy raids?
I think so. Yeah, the bears just instantly died. If they were blessed with the region and everything, I think that would have been fine.
I don't know.
I don't know actually.
Will they
That's
even hit? Yeah, these guys have high def.
Yeah, that's a good point. And that this is the 17 defense on top of the glamour. That was just a loss of resources from Russ.
Yeah, you know, it's not an insignificant amount of bears.
No, it's not. That's why I was surprised when I first saw it.
What, 10 gems or so? All right.
Not sure the conversion.
Niffle.
I always find it weird to see Niffle without a Niflheim. Fomorian Druids, basic rating against Arco. Yeah, FOMO's really going hard right now. They did say it. Rim Mountains, same deal. Nemedium Warriors against PD, which is pretty much always going to win.
Mile Deep, come on. Is this a good one?
Should we watch it? A big fight. No, unfortunately not.
No.
It's just some Great Olms versus PD. Tanara, more basic rating. Man, a lot of basic rating in this one. People want excitement. I'm just Giant Rush, more rating. Lapito Cliffs, more rating. Kepis, it's a cap. Sorry, not a cap, a throne take, but they won.
Okay.
New Spring, basic rating, but I think this is the first time we've seen FOMO deploy Fomorian King.
Hey, there we go.
5 giants. Let's see. Ooh. Oh, wait. Opokote, I thought that was an actual fight, but it's another another throne take, but not a significant amount of Shikomis there.
Whoa. Oh.
432
killing
kills.
Undead. Okay.
Yeah, lots of undead. The ghost running claws, I'm sure, helped. Anvast, Thunder Priest rating, and it was fine. Mother Dark, more Mork rating. Omiya, a ping for some elephants. Okay. The Henam, just more rating. Man, it's a lot of rating. And Fimoria, more rating with the Medians and Cassian Forest. And there's a battle to Forces Calum. I'm not gonna click it, let's just watch it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, it's a ping.
Okay, what do we got?
We got a ping.
What?
Yeah, look at the aggressing side.
Ooh, look at the Pretender and all them gems. Someone came ready to fight.
A fight did not get.
Sad. Okay.
Full steel, black plate, every path known to man. Unholy.
Just gonna take a glance over at FOMO and Arc. Oh
Wait,
yeah,
Caleb
FOMO
took
is
Unholy?
chomping.
Why did Caleb take Unholy? I thought they were doing the Eagle King expansion. I guess for later use?
Take a look at the province. Let me just get a glance here.
Yeah, but for real, why does Caleb have Unholy here?
What do you mean?
Oh, I'm just surprised because they were doing the Thug expansion. I'm surprised they picked up Unholy with it.
Was it like Unholy Awe or something like that?
It's Unholy Awe Reinvigoration True Sight.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Guessing it was hoping to leverage it later. All right, let's look at the map.
So we got
Yomi's looking healthy. FOMO has countered everything back for the most part. There's some deep ends by Yomi that has not been taken back, but the cap circle is recovered.
They're making like a helix on the province graph.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Yeah, see, we mentioned like this kind of fights, it'll go back and forth every turn.
Yeah, I think after this though, I think FOMO is probably gonna do the deed.
Assuming FOMO wins the cap fight, that's the end of it. But cap fights are tough, man.
Yeah, it could be too that somebody's getting ready to even elf FOMO and we don't even know it, right?
Yeah,
There's so many freaking elves.
Well, let's see who borders them. TNN borders them. Arco, Yomi does not anymore. And then Vanheim. But Vanheim has to go through Arco to get to them. I don't know. It'd be kind of actually hard to get to them right now. The only one I could do is pretty much TNN. And I guess TNN isn't doing much right now, so maybe they are.
That income graph though, oof, Arco is floundering now.
Let's take a look. Yeah. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, it's because the capital lost. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Gem income. Yomi's doing really well. We can start searching there.
Yeah, blood.
Research, Yomi's still leading it. TNN's the next up behind Calum. Hinam's research is a little lackluster.
Giants stomping around. Okay, do we have any other big fights lining up? Oh, this has got to be so confusing. Like, we've got Yomi's trying to move on Hanam, but Hanam's trying to vulture right now, so.
Let me see. I was looking at Agartha right here. Oh, yeah. So I think it was FOMO who was mentioning that Hanam no longer threatens their cap. There's a bunch of stuff there in the way.
Hanam's army is just going to be stuck over here, and their cap is probably going to get threatened. Well, actually, I don't
60 on Trouble Bog. I don't know. I mean, Yomi has to go through a couple things to reach their cap. So it's not like they won't see it ahead of time. Yeah. But if Hanam deploys that stack on 136 towards FOMO, they'll be a little too far to respond to Yomi. So yeah, they're kind of stuck with not doing anything.
You mean towards Arco?
I thought Hanam and FOMO were fighting.
No, Hanam and Arco.
Wasn't the last message saying that yeah, since my cap isn't threatened by Hanam anymore, it's time to counterate Arco massively. The message from FOMO. But they were fighting, unless they just called it off.
Oh shoot, I think I got mixed up. I thought they were attacking Arco, and that's why I was like, I wonder if FOMO asked Hanam and Yomi to hit them. I don't know. It's a mess.
Yeah, it's hard without the messages, but it looks like Hanam was threatening FOMO, but is not anymore for whatever reason.
Oh yeah, because they did like a nap breaker or something, right?
Right, that was last. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe Hanam's just attacking everything right now.
Look at the
Okay.
shotgun
On
approach.
to the next one.
Yeah. I was taking a look at underground, even though you left it. It looks like they just retreated out of Agartha's lands. That's why there is no fights.
I'm going to leave the message from Agartha open while you pull the turn up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. We are so back. Good job, Agartha, getting those lands back. I thought he was done.
Yeah, that looks grim.
Oh, going for Helheim.
He finished 3 rows at a single battle.
Yeah, great job.
Good for turn 6, bad for turn 23. Okay, that's pretty funny. That's the good attitude about it.
Yeah. Awesome. Hope is never lost. Good job, Agartha. Keep it going.
Ooh, okay, we should watch Bitra.
Okay.
Okay, so what do we have here?
Why is this guy?
I have a bunch of Valkyries with the flame shield blessed that I was very impressed by. Hanger drops with a bunch of glamour gems, casting luck over and over. It looks like some shade beasts. Shade Beast having a little shout out for being ethereal but not spirit form, so still buffable. Pretty good units.
And magic weapon attacks that reanimate.
Oh shit! I didn't realize they were reanimating. That's pretty cool.
Just gotta not get repelled.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of Shade Beasts, Herdman, a lot of luck.
I think
Let's see what the other side has to bring.
Helheim is gonna fuck him up here.
A lot of Great Bears. There's like only one mage, the Daughter of the Sun. Do they have any Thunder Priests or anything here?
Yeah, they got
Doesn't
one.
look like it. Oh, they have one Thunder Priest and one Daughter of the Sun. That feels like light mages for this size of a battle on turn 20.
I think Russ is toast. They're gonna HP route for sure.
A lot of luck casting.
Yeah, like you could tell the scripts are going off for Helheim. They're all about to go off.
Yeah, and then Helheim is Unholy, Fire Shield, and Vulnerability. Does Russ have Fire Shield on the Bless? Oh, they don't have a Divine Blessing, and the Bears are just running forward.
Yeah, this is gonna be a wash, man. And the Valkyries are gonna attack rear, but they're gonna have a hard time with the skin.
Yeah. The issue is none of these bears are blessed. If they
don't have no magic weapons either, so these shade beasts are going to be actual problems too.
Yeah, and for some reason I thought they had regeneration, but they don't. They have larger Righteous Wrath, larger, and Blood Surge, which means these bears are going to be just giant sacks of HP route. Yep. Without the bless, without the fire resistance on it, that fire shield is going to just obliterate them.
Watching the Valkyries come down was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, that was fun. A lot of suddenly dead bears. That Unholy as well.
Oh my god, this is brutal.
And look at those Valkyries on the 2 mages in the back line with the Shade Beast. Yeah.
They're not going anywhere. Those were good attack rear Shade Beast moves too.
Yeah, I feel like Russ did not deploy nearly enough mages for a battle of this size.
I just don't know how much mileage you're going to get out of the bears without something like Blood Vengeance or magic weapons on them. Or Unholy magic weapon equivalent, I mean. Even then, it doesn't matter in this case.
I don't know about that. Like, these guys have 20 attack and hit for 30 damage. Like, they're going to do a lot of damage. Not against Ethereal, but they're going to hit pretty hard against anything else. But the lack of BV or regen does make it a little hard to use them, I think.
That's like a potential like game-ending loss in terms of quantity, to be honest.
56 Great Bears, I'm more worried about the skin shift. For 53, that's several turns of cap. Yeah, Russ was just outgunned here, outmaged.
And that's a lot of
And
bears too.
as far as Hell goes, that the fight was mostly Shade Beasts. Half Shade Beasts, half Valkyries.
Like we're losing like 50 something gems on Russ and I don't know, 8 turns or more of cap only recruitment. And Helheim looks ready to kick ass. But Agartha's going to be moving on Helheim. And still, this is a big loss for Russ, in my opinion, but it's not the end of the world. It just seems like a little soft for.
I'm really curious to hear what happened there from Russ's side. Maybe they were just trying to move things around, but it feels light on the support.
Yeah, totally agreed. I don't even know if they got the bless on everything.
Things got blessed, but after that, the Valkyries already landed, so a lot of damage is already done.
All right, let's go.
Trackless Waste, basic rating. Omnia, more rating. Deep Forest, small fight. Russ also took the L on that one, but it was a bunch of herdmen, which is glamour and defense. So, a Bowl of Dust, small rating, successful for Russ. Erd, more of Agartha, just getting lands back. And then we start in the FOMO counter rating. Jiro, counter rating. Umbor, Independence. Chiliad, more rating. King's Tomb Desert, more rating. Cassian Forest, more rating. It's the same names we see back and forth every turn.
It's just Windlords and only Windlords for like for I don't know how many turns it's been.
Yeah. Benofe, more rating, but this was against a PD, a big PD dump, and FOMO did lose a mage out of it.
Still, that's a chunky PD dump right there. That's like a what, 40?
Probably around there.
Yeah, so that's no joke in terms of PD dump. So lost a mage, but
Tenera, yeah, they still came on ahead. Tenera, very small rating against a bigger unit, so that lost. Lorborg, more rating. Tenera, another Tenera? No, different Tenera. Tirania was Yomi attacking Arco.
Should I look at it or no?
Nah, just click on it. Nothing special. Lost Canyon, more of Agartha fighting Helheim, getting lands back. Caverns, Agartha getting Agartha's making a full recovery. It looks like they diploed their way out of Doom.
Critical roll on the elven the elfing pity.
Yeah. Let's watch this battle on Arco. Looks like Arco
don't say it,
sallied forth. They sallied forth. Yeah, that's all I was saying. The battle happened outside of castle walls, so it's a sally. With a fairly small amount of Windlords.
Where are they casting air shield?
Body Ethereal, Temper Armors.
We've got some good scripts hitting Arco finally.
Temper. Okay, so they're almost all Ethereal now. And Temper Armors puts them at 17 protection, 10 protection. That actually is nice because the Pegasus are wearing armor.
Yeah, this is going to be tough to take down.
Cheated Fate. Okay, yeah. So that was a pretty well buffed up set of Windlords.
All right, so we got advance in cast, and these guys are going to cast shock spells, though, so it's going to pop a lot of the
mist. They're casting Stormwind.
Oh, no, they're farting at him. Oh, my God.
Oh, I guess the first things that are landing are the Windlords, all carrying shock resist rings.
Oh, okay.
But they're going down to just regular attacks. But yeah, the Druids are all casting Stormwind.
That's embarrassing.
It's probably because of the 15 SR. They're not bothering.
It is. It is.
There's that lightning bolt. Where are the other wind lords? Oh, were they set to? No, they set the bodyguard. That's why.
Yeah, it's a buff stack.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really hard to take down. Oh, here comes lightning.
That's a lot of unmarked. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the lightning bolts are gonna pop all the misforms and they're gonna win.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not looking good.
Oh, I failed to realize that these were not actually troops. These were all mages.
No, there's Windriders in there.
Sorry, my bad.
The mages are the ones that move forward. Everything that stayed behind were Windriders.
No, there's some mages. They're behind their tiles. Well, yep. Advancing cast.
And if that was the Sally from Arco, do we have anything left inside? I'm assuming not.
Ooh. Oh, the Mystics. Mystics are so... Yeah, I totally didn't see that there were Mystics behind all the guys.
They're the ones who are casting all the buffs, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, okay. That's a rough sell. Farseer Mountains, nothing. Just pinging. Valdium, that must be surface. So let's take a look at the map once we're done looking at these. But I guess Agartha is now moving onto the surface for Helheim. Ooh, there was a battle to forces Salem. Let's watch that one. I don't know how it goes. Let's pause at the beginning.
Ooh,
a lot of White Centaur. Some Minotaurs up front, probably for Evo bait. A bunch of Harpies, which is a little... I mean, I guess these guys have a lot of health. That's not too bad. But when I see a bunch of Harpies, I get worried about HP routing yourself.
Oh, they got some GSSs on the Eagle Kings.
Yeah, they were wearing that last turn when they did the ping. But it looks like the script for Salem did not change because everything's still exactly where it was last turn. Although I think those Clockwork Soldiers are new. But everything else is still placed exactly where it was before.
This just doesn't
look
look
like Ice Lances. What's the weather in here? Heat 0. And okay, so no bonuses for Salem.
I think the White Centaurs are just going to go on forever and ever. Oh, wait, but Salem does have good RP. So
they do,
can they do
but
something?
They only have 2 Eagle Kings.
No, the Pretender, though.
Oh, you're right. The Pretender with all those gems. I mean, depending on what they pull out, that could be pretty big, actually. Let's watch and see. I'm watching the Salem side. She seems to just be personal buffing. That's not what needs to happen here.
Yeah, this is not going to go
good. She's, Iron Skin, Temper Flesh, Body Ethereal, Mirror Image. Swarm.
Yeah, she's not going to be able to hold on her. She's done.
Yeah. I was hoping there was going to be some, like, I don't know, minimum of a howl or something.
Like, oh, somebody unlocked Foul Vapors super early with the research rush.
Yeah, no, she's dead. That many White Centaur deep in your shit. Oh, go ahead and turn on, press C so people can see the, there you go. Also shows the health ticks on the square when you do that. Those Eagle Kings are just going to go down. Problem is against those Berserkers, the ult doesn't do shit.
Yeah, this is just watching stuff slowly die.
Although the Great Enchantress is just not dying. Does she have regen?
No.
Oh, just slowly. Breath of Winter, yeah. Oh, you know what? If the Enchantress had a death, like a soul vortex going on there, I think she might have won that fight. She's like barely taking hits.
I was hoping she was going to have a field wipe.
Yeah, me too.
But field wipes come later, and Salem's had one cap, so
Yeah. But I mean, looking at this, the Enchantress is still up. Like, if she had like a soul vortex going on, I think she would have won this fight.
possibly due to no turn timer would have dropped, and she would have gotten shreked.
Yeah,
Not
maybe.
turn timer.
What turn is it right now?
What do you call it? Twilight.
Yeah, I mean, I knew what you meant. Turn 100. But I think they would have just died by then.
No, because they would have been on Berserk.
Yeah, I know, but I think they would have just like actually died, but by turn 100 from the soul vortex.
Yeah, if it hit turn 100, she just vaporized.
Yeah. That's the end of Caleb. I wonder why they sallied forth. That was Arco, not Caleb.
Arco sallied. I guess.
Windswept Heath to Barbarians. It's always the most annoying event. And Caleb is dead.
Especially if it's the repeating ones.
Yeah. Thank you, Starchrist, for playing. Sorry you got knocked out early on, but that's how it goes. All right, let's take a look at this map. Oh, let's take a look at where Caleb was and see what the final damage is. Are you Pangia? There you are. So Pangia ended up getting like half of the cap circle. TNN got the other half. And Russ got their extended lands. So it was a pretty even split, actually. Pan came out ahead with the cap, though, for sure.
Well, remember how far south Salem was, though? They just went beeline south. But I guess the good thing is the vulturing has now turned into war.
Yes.
So, that's kind of good for Pan.
Yeah. Pan got 4 air gems out of that per turn, which is pretty significant for a nation that doesn't have much air. Does Pan have any air?
I didn't think so.
I don't think so, yeah. Maybe I'm just thinking about summons. Yeah, they have no air.
And Agartha got your caves back. And now
Agartha has recovered the caves. And have they gone to the surface? You know what's funny? Look, go to the caves, go to Maldeep, and then go to the cave of Maldeep. 1217, straight out to Helheim. That's the land that got hit by the barbarians.
So what's going on with this Russ?
Agartha went up into the surface, though. Where did they go? Oh, they did in 113.
Yeah, they have a few. They have 4. 113.
That's where they fought. Yeah, and Erd is 109. Okay, yeah. So they're just moving out into Helheim above the ground, above the caves.
And then if we look at the front on Russ versus Helheim. So that's nice that Agartha's kind of putting a little dagger in Helheim's back, because I think otherwise Helheim would be rolling over Russ right now.
Yeah, Agartha, I don't think at this point can do a lot to Helheim, but it can definitely annoy him while he's fighting Russ. But yeah, let me look.
Well, take a look at Helheim's stack. It's all the way on the left, and Agartha's got it all the way on the right. So they're going to get at least 3 more provinces out of this, I think, Agartha.
Well, remember that also we can't see all of Helheim's troops, because if they're just stealthing, we can't see them anyways.
Oh, right. I guess we'll find out. All right, to the next turn.
Yep. Right. Oh, a lot of messages. Arco. Oh, has died a sad death. Femoria is tough to deal with.
Yeah, so the whole thing, that's one thing I was ranting about on Discord the other day. The up to turn like 20 something, it's just not as fun for me. I like later games because all we saw that whole game was just flying chickens all game. So like,
I mean, I don't know what else Arco has early game though. I guess that's your point.
well, yeah, that is my point. Is that so much of early fighting is just all right. These are your good sacred troops, and they go do their thing until, in this case, all the way until the cap got sieged.
The turn we rolled, I just had they were building 7 items and the lab blew up that turn. Damn, that is rough.
Yeah, that's super rough. When you roll nat ones like that, ooh.
She can even hurt Temper Armor Myrmidons. The Myrmidons are just the units, right? Yeah, I guess without the Unholy, they're not do too much.
I don't know why so many people like Myrmidons. Their encumbrance is like, ooh.
Is it high? I don't know the unit very well.
I think it was like astronomically high, yeah. Hey, cheering on FOMO. That's good sportsmanship. Nice.
And Arco was Slaceri, so thank you for playing.
Let's watch. We see Femoria, and they're like, "Screw you, Arco."
Well, FOMO's the next message, so let's find out. Okay. No idea what to do.
All right. On to the rest of the game.
TNN. Okay. Yeah, TNN hasn't done much the past couple turns. Yeah, see, the political meanderings are getting kind of wild. TNN traded lands to Pan for gold. Helheim wants to eat Agartha and wants peace with Russ, but wants to eat Helheim unless he helps.
And just a funny comment on here. I like something that TNN put in here, and this is always something you want people to be saying when they're discussing Diplo for you, and it's, but he's cooking anyone who's trying.
Yeah. Anyone who tries is just getting shredded. Those Valkyries, I'm just really impressed by, and as well as Helheim is doing a good job of putting mages where they're actually needed, which is something that's very hard to do in practice.
Yeah.
It is a little easier when your mages are on horseback and stealthy and have 26 move speed, but still.
All right, how's our boy Agartha doing?
Suffered a greedy dealt, shuffling my troops around. Very greedy and paid the price. What happened last turn? I didn't see Agartha lose anything.
I think he's just saying he's paying the price of shuffling troops around. Moving people around and moving mages around is really costly.
Yeah. If they're not doing anything productive for you, you lose a lot. Especially mages. Feels bad to move them without researching.
Yeah, I hope to see some fun battles too.
Battle. Helheim. A lot of messages. All right. They wanted a second cap by now. Someone has big dreams.
Dream big, win big.
Small mobility advantage? I think that's underselling it, Maps.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're talking about the glamour plus stealth lets him take his fights so much easier.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
Helheim's
that's a
getting
good
his
point.
water vibe on. Okay.
Russ.
Yes, that was off.
Oh, there we go. That's the explanation that I was wondering. Like, there must be something behind the lack of mages, and here's the answer.
Yeah, that's not the way you ever want to start a war. So I could completely empathize with going straight to a peace offer.
Yeah. Okay, first battle, known peaks, just Hinnom rating. More rating. Still the chickens that you love so much. Although I thought Arco. Oh no, that was Caleb, not Arco who died.
I'm already ahead of you.
Edge Fins, more rating. Cool here, more rating. Deep Forest, more rating. Melma. Agartha's Mercs died against Helheim troops.
Ooh. Ooh.
Benofi, more rating. Chiliad, still more rating. Man, this Arco FOMO rating is just a lot of it. Jira, same more rating. Smother Dark, a very small amount of Helheim lost against Agartha.
What is this? What is this?
This and that.
This is dead.
How do you pronounce the horses of them? Dishauster? Dishister? Disahester?
I don't know.
Okay. That was Smother Dark. Bowl of Dust. More Helheim. Helheim Rust rating, yeah. Those herdmen, are those herdmen? Those are just basic scales troops, right? Those are pretty good scales units.
Yeah, I gotta say, they are actually really great scales.
Yeah, they're stealthy. They have glamour, 17 defense, 12 attack, hit for 17,
the defense,
13 protection in early age. These are pretty good units.
The defense on glam with some basic stuff like blur and all of that, they get out of hand like really quick for scales troops.
Especially, I'm thinking 17 attack offhand. If you can strength of giants them, hitting 21, especially in early age, armor just not that high. You're gonna just chunk through anything.
Yeah, good MR too. Like these guys are legit. Helheim scales troops are no joke in my opinion, but it's just so tempting to put a bless on everything because they're elves too, and you can become like expansion god.
Yeah. I want to check what Helheim's scales are after this. Let me look at the map. Cassian Forest, man, we've seen a fight in Cassian Forest like a dozen times now.
Yeah, where's Mapito? We keep saying Mapito every time. It's gone now. I think.
Validum, nothing. Red Mines. We should watch Red Mines. It's a small fight, but it's a fight.
Ooh. Get Agartha.
On one end, Valkyries and Dis against a handful of Alms and some Cavern Whites.
Oh, this is gonna hit.
I do like Cavern Whites. Yeah. The Valkyrie is going to surround them, so I'm pretty sure Helheim's going to win this fight. But I do like Cavern Whites. They're pretty good units.
I think if Helheim lands on the front, they're gonna lose. If they land on the back, they're gonna win.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to attack rear. So with such a small front line with the Cavern Whites, they're not going to get caught on it.
Wait, where's the blessing? Where's the blessing?
Oh, they're not blessed. You're right. Did they miss the blessing? Is there a priest on that side? The disses. What happened? I gotta rewatch that fight.
Oh
no, still. Rip.
I love hearing dust to dust. It always startles me.
Yeah.
Well, they still
that
won.
was almost a disaster because of the lack of blast, but they pulled it off.
Yeah, disaster, but it's like, small fight.
Disaster, yeah. Maybe I overspoke that. Okay, Tenera, Riders versus Nemedian Warriors. Nemedian Warriors won.
That they did.
Kingstone, more rating. Trackless, more rating, a bunch of Myrmidons. Yeah, okay, let's look at these real fast. 17 protection, pretty high for early age, but 12 attack, 13 defense, hit for 15, and encumbrance 9. Yeah, it's pretty high.
Yeah, it's...
But they fit 4 to a square, which is nice.
Yeah, and they take buffs.
Gold Mountain, let's see.
You know, maybe the Myrmidons are a little better in Dominion 6 now that you have a little boost.
In scale higher? Yeah. This is like getting a carbon exact copy of small sacred rating group versus small sacred rating group. But unmarked are, yeah, they're going to win that fight. They have the size advantage.
I think in this case, it was just the fact that PD had a leftover captain.
Oh, because the druid died? Yeah, I wonder if they died early on or not. Poison Plains. Rating that failed. Due to a big PD dump.
Whoa. Fat PD dump. Yep.
Pangia, Helheim counter-rating Agartha. Man, that's rough. 13 Shade Beasts, 15 Valkyries, and 2 Vanjarls.
Yeah, that's not a joke in terms of a raid. Neither was their last one. Like, Helheim's putting in like they're not very light raids. They're like pretty luxury-ish raids.
It's the advantage of being ahead.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, and you may as well do that if you're ahead, right?
Yeah. And mostly assured that your raids don't lose.
Yep.
But Erd lost.
Nope.
6 Valkyries. The Earth Elementals just trampled the Valkyries.
Oh, yeah, because all the glam popping.
Yeah. Farseer, more rating. Helheim versus Russ.
You know, I think Helheim's going to see this fight, and they're going to be like, oh, shit. These Earth Elementals are going to be a major problem for me.
I mean, only to the Valkyries. Against the Horsemen, they're both size 6. So, actually, no. Are the Black Horses size 5 or size 6? Size 5. Yeah, they can still be trampled.
So I think Helheim's going to be like, these Earth Elementals are probably not worth it. Oh, wait, but
yeah. There's not going to be enough of them. I don't think he's all that worried about it.
I think there was 40, though.
In the big stack? I don't think it was that many. I think it was 30. I think it was 36. Yeah, you're right.
All right, Farseer, what do we got?
Just Burkides, Burkides.
Beckrides.
Burkrides. That's what it is. Troglodytes attacked? That's rough.
Oh, that's a lot of Trog. 37.
That's a lot of Trogs. I know, that's 50
so
gold
much
each.
gold.
Yeah.
It's like 2,000 gold of Trog.
Why? Those Trog events can be kind of brutal for that reason.
That's so.
Just short 2,000 gold. And Golfanis, barbarians attacked the Dione and lost. Ooh, actually, the Co-Onis just destroyed the barbarians. They probably all went to Ghost form and then they just destroyed them.
Yep.
Okay, nothing super special there. Let's take a look at the map. I'm looking at Pomoria right now. Yeah, they've counter-rated a lot back. At least Arcos lands.
Nah, Pomoria
still has a bunch out to the side, but
Arco can't do anything now. What's Hanom doing?
Who does Van fight? Oh, let's see.
Wait, where's Hanom's stack?
Hanom's stack was on Trouble Bog, and it seems to be gone now. Did it go underground? It went underground. It went to Umbor.
I was like, did we skip a turn?
And where does Glowing Caverns pop out? By Yomi? Pretty far away.
Oh. Well, all right. The Lost Giants. And now they become Pyrene.
So, yeah, I think the question is still, what is Hanom doing? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I really don't know. All right, how's this looking with Russ and Helheim? Yeah, so Agartha's trying to pluck at them in the back, but no, it looks like Helheim. Oh, you know what I underestimated? The Shade
What?
Beast and the Valkyries map move.
Yeah, huge.
They just whipped right over to Agartha to kick him off. Dang.
Yeah, Agartha's like in patches. There's those two next to Helheim's cap, and there's the two over by Yomi and TNN.
Yeah, check this out. Map move of a Shade Beast is 26.
And they're stealthy too, so they get that bonus going through enemy provinces. That's a lot.
Valkyrie.
And the Valkyries are what, 26 flying?
Yeah.
And stealthy.
So that's what. Okay, so last turn I was like, hey, you know, Helheim's over on Russ's border. No, it's not really a factor for them.
Yeah, they move so fast.
They can go wherever the fuck they want.
That's what I was mentioning about like the mages too. They're 26 movement, sacred, stealthy. Oh, sacred, 26 movement, stealthy. So they're going to get anywhere they want.
All right. Let's go to the last one, and then we'll do a big recap at the end of the next one.
Yeah, I'm looking at the score graph real fast. Anything special here? Nope. Yomi's still gaining provinces. They are huge.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if Yomi wins.
At this point, Yomi's looking pretty good. Dude, oh holy shit, look at the gem income.
Yeah, so I think they were doing like some hardcore site searching, remember?
Yeah, I do remember that. Like they expanded pretty well and then didn't fight and just site searched for a long time.
Because they wanted to do the Shikome probably fully with any gem they could find.
But even that's a lot. Did they cast a global? They did not. In the past 3 turns, they like doubled their gem income. There's
probably on,
1,
they
2,
got a throne
3 turns.
recently.
I guess they claimed thrones, but still, that's a lot of gems to get in 3 turns.
That really is. That really is.
God forbid they're all death gems.
Oh man. All right, let's do it.
Look at Yomi's cap. Wait, hold a bit. Look at Yomi's cap and look at all the surrounding areas. There's so many Shikome.
Yeah, no, I think Yomi is going to win this. Like, I think they're actually going to win it.
Looking good for them, at least.
Because with that gem income, they're going to outscale everything we're seeing from the elves.
Well, they have the gem income, and they're also top of the chart in research, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good place to be. All right, last turn. Message from Russ. A lot of politicking going on. Looks like Russ and Helheim have peace.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of dirty, filthy Diplo.
And it looks like FOMO and Arco are done raiding each other because now there's only a couple lands this time.
Where'd all the fights go?
Yeah, Deep Forest, nothing special. Glade Woods, nothing special, just a single Vanjarl. Agnor, just taking a throne. Chiliad, what is this going on here? Arco attacked FOMO. Let's watch it because those are the third Myrmidons. Are they buffed up?
Oh, they're doing a Congo line buff.
Yeah, but didn't it got about half them with body ethereal? That's not too bad with a single crystal sorceress.
Oh,
Looking at this, how did they lose this fight? Is it the mate? Oh, they reached the backline FOMO. I was like, how did they lose this fight? And it's just
yeah, they're going straight into the mages with shocking.
Yeah, with what do they cast for buffing? Let's see. Air shield, blessing, true shot. And same thing. Yeah, they just walked into this shockwave range. That's what happened.
She's a runner. She is poking it.
Against regular troops, they would have won, but not against that.
No.
Erd, that's those really luxury rating stacks winning against PD.
Oh my god. This is like well beyond a regular rating stack. This thing is just whipping around, kicking ass.
Yeah, that'll win against a lot of stuff. Inofe, rating versus rating, and then Arco lost. Yeah, Arco doesn't seem to have much left.
That's probably the last of the chickens. The coop has flown.
What is Throne Ping, and Vast is more rating. Caves of Madness is just an independent attack. All right, well that brings a kind of quiet end to this video.
Dang, let's
take a look at the whole
they
map.
all died from just a freaking 1 PD Vanhurst. Do you see that last one?
I mean, to be fair, it's villains.
Yeah, but there's 50 of them versus 1 PD. Okay. All right, let's take a look. Ooh, I just noticed. Go to 195. The defense on that throne is pretty hefty. What is that throne? Oh, Throne of Earth. That's a good one. Those gnomes are really powerful. That's one of my favorite thrones to get. It's just a bunch of garbage. They're all gonna die. But it's a ton of garbage. So you need to get something well buffed up. Just need someone with fire probably. Which, yeah, Arco and FOMO have tons of. Absolute tons. It looks like, yeah, FOMO's still sitting on Arco. I'm guessing they just haven't broken the walls. It's 1,000 wall integrity. I wonder what's inside there. Wish we could see. Oh, look, Hanam's back. They went inside and went back out. Walk through the caves. I wonder, maybe were they trying to bait FOMO into hitting that? I have no idea, man. I can't put my mind into Necro Mages. I wonder if it's just a misclick. Maybe misclicked into the caves. Who knows? What happened on Hinnom? There's a fight there. I guess they probably killed a scout. Oh, that pop. They kill a scout as well. Their pop is melting there. 2930, yeah. Oh, they get the terrain malice. Oh, because it's a waste, yeah. It's rough out there. Helheim, yeah, is basically taking back all the lands that Agartha took on the surface. What has Vanheim been up to? We haven't gotten like a single message. They fought. Well, we did. Apparently, TNN's going to start fighting Vanheim, right? Or who was it? No, we haven't gotten a message from Vanheim. Oh yeah, not from Vanheim. And they haven't been doing much at all. I mean, we said this thing about Yomi. They clearly turned that into an advantage. Who's playing Vanheim? Let me double check. Selgaron. I'm assuming they're just taking advantage of the situation and building up and researching. What's the cap look like? 50 units, light cavalry's Van here has been at Herdman. 1 Van. That doesn't seem like too much. Windswept Desert has a bunch on it, though, on 172. Yeah, but look at their border, man. Just look at that. It's just going to pour into them. I think elves are just going to get massacred by these. Well, here's a good question. If Windswept Desert is mainly Van Here's, they're not sacred this age, are they? Oh, they are sacred this age. Yeah, the Shikomas going to absolutely shred them apart. Yeah. Yeah, Shikomas are going to shred them up.
Especially with the Berserk lowering their defense.
Yeah, that's going to be a bad matchup.
I'm guessing they'll be like 1-for-1, but Yomi can just field so many more.
So Pan has 2 caps. What's their outlook for thrones? It looks pretty good. They got some throne access around them. I'm eyeing Pan and Yomi right now for potential winners. TNN has come back kind of, but I don't know. I think strategically they're having a tough time because Hanam kind of threw them off by running at them early like that.
Yeah, Helheim only has 3 thrones within easy access. Pan has how many, you said?
I think it was like 4.
1, 2, 3. One of those Russes.
Yeah, I just counted
4. TNN. Yeah, 4. I mean, just looking at the state right now, Yomi looks like a good chance of being the winner, but we're still super early. It's turn 25. I think the game's currently at turn 50 something.
Yeah, I have no idea how any of this is going to translate to later on. I don't even think from what we've seen even aligns with what we're talking about, but
Yeah.
I don't even know where the current game's going to go. It doesn't seem like anybody has a solid answer on to who has or is about to win.
As of turn 25, it looks not stalematey, but no one is hugely ahead.
I think Yomi's pretty far ahead right now.
But not hugely ahead. They're definitely ahead.
The gem income, though. It's like so hard.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think. As the game goes on, Shikomi spam gets easier to address. But that's not going to happen for at least another 20 turns.
Yeah, when I see gem income top charts and I see research top charts, I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah, they're absolutely dominating both those charts, which is a very good sign for them.
Provinces, yes, I agree. There's nothing like super solid here. Where is Pan right now after getting that? Okay, so Pan's income is pretty good.
Our top of the chart, top provinces, TNN is second highest in income and in provinces. Their gem income is bad, but their research is pretty good.
Well, cool. I think that pretty much covers it for this episode. Man, somebody's got to take these underwater provinces.
That's your personal pet peeve, I know.
Yeah, come on, people.
Especially because they're right by FOMO.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was overall, a quick and short one.
Yeah, relatively short. Tons of rating. I mean, just tons of it. And the fights were okay. They were pretty one-sided though for when they really kicked off.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. The one, yeah, I'm thinking of the Russ accidental like low mage deployment versus was it Helheim? I believe.
Yeah, that's all I'm thinking of too. There was that. There was a few others, like the Arco Sally Forth and the Salem cap defense.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that pretty much covers it from my end.
Yeah, short, sweet. I think we're trying to do this once a week now that I'm back, and Eric's schedule's also loosened up a bit. Hope you guys enjoy, and tune in next week for probably another episode.
Adios, everyone.